So hi there, Jon, or Brian, as I know you. This rec take of yours is really good, and when I look at you technically, it's looking very, very good. And there's not that much I can say, but there's one thing I can react on here, and that's I think the other guys mentioned it as well. Pretty much your attack on the right hand. That's where there's still a bit of room for improvement there, and it goes down to what Darius said also about tone there. Basically, what you've been doing probably is you've dialed in more distorted tone than Darius, and you haven't really felt the need to go crazy with the right hand because the distortion itself is sort of giving you a compression effect where attack has less of an effect. Basically, what's happening is your guitar sound and your amp sound is already pushing the distortion and gain to the limit, so it doesn't matter if you hit harder here. And the downside with this setup is that you're not really inspired to work on your right hand because you don't notice the effect. So the first thing I would do is follow Darius's advice there and turn down the gain, see if you can find a sort of a brighter tone that reacts to your playing dynamics, and take it from there. So what you'll find in the beginning is probably just going to sound bad because you're used to getting some boost from the actual amp, and that's not happening anymore. So you need to find new ways to strum, and that's the whole point of it. We want to see you do more of. You want that kind of feel where you really go wild with. So as you can tell, I have no clue what the lesson chords are, but this is the basic feel. And you're being more relaxed with your hand, just like that can be fine as well. You want you want to be able to use the whole spectrum, and more importantly, you want to be able to use dynamics so that your right hand playing reflects sort of what the music calls for. And I would suspect that currently your right hand can mostly deliver this kind of soft strumming, which is perfectly fine in many circumstances, but not always. And this lesson calls for something more aggressive. And I think the best rhythm guitarists are the one that can go in between these different dynamics. So a lot of times, the verse is going to call for something softer, and then comes the chorus and that's what's going to sound good if you can go in between. And on a side note, that's also why I like slightly lower output pickups that can sort of reflect that kind of playing. But in your case, I'm sure the pickups are fine. You just need to turn down the gain and work on that right hand. But other than that, keep up the amazing work. It's really cool to see your progress here. It's looking very, very good. Thanks a lot. Cheers.